Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going good. How are you guys?
Doing well. How about you?
I'm good. How are you, Jordan?
I'm doing fantastic.
That's good. That's good. Eat any SpaghettiOs lately?
I've not eaten any SpaghettiOs lately.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
I haven't had the privilege.
That's unfortunate. So welcome back, guys, to Sammy Saga. This is the great podcast where I'm still experimenting with new ideas, so that's why all this seems a little random still. This episode, I brought on Jesus Jimenez and Jordan Kreutzer. Am I pronouncing that right?
Kreutzer.
Kreutzer. Okay. I was like, what is this? A weird name?
Very
um,
German.
yeah. So today we're doing a little something different. We're going to be doing some improv games, I guess, if you will. And the first one that we're going to be doing is a Google slide presentation that I emailed to both of you. You both got separate ones. I'm going to screen share it on Zoom, and you're going to have to present it no matter what it has on there. You just have to roll with it. And I think it's going to be
All right.
hilarious. So I'm going to screen share Jesus's first. So let me get into present mode so you can see this. And then share screen. I'm going to share this one. Share.
Should have practiced my radio voice. Oh, here we go.
Okay, so I'll just do the next slide whenever you are.
Right. Okay.
So go ahead. Take it away.
All right. Thank you all for coming to my presentation. I know the most pressing thing on everyone's mind right now is the coronavirus and how that's affecting us, and staying indoors all day, whether it's just to stay home or to work or whatever that is. And I know we have a lot of questions on our mind, and the thing I want to talk about today and hopefully teach you a little something about is how to maintain a healthy diet. So we're going to go ahead and jump right in if you want to go to the next slide for me.
Yes, that sounds very exciting. Let's see.
So one of the best ways that you can get protein is to eat chicken, but that's not what I'm going to talk about here. I'm going to talk about eggs, because eggs tend to be one of the most popular things to be able to they're versatile. You can make anything out of them. In fact, it's even said that eggs are one of the most popular forms of child to eat. So I think there's something to be said about that. That really, it really hits home. Go to the next slide for me.
For sure, yeah.
Because it's so easy to get carried away with, especially like the TikTok trends of different like fad diets or like meals to make or things like that. I've seen some where people are mixing all kinds of coffee things to make this kind of like frappuccino-esque coffee. I don't know exactly what it was, but some of them get really crazy out there. People be putting Doritos and Sprite in a cup and calling it a smoothie, right? And it's not. I mean, it has some protein, but it's not nearly as high as where it could be. Not if you ate an egg or something like that. So you really don't want to get too carried away with a lot of the trendy things that are out there. You got to kind of stick with what's more traditional. Get next slide.
Sounding good. Sounding good.
Because the last one anyone wants to look like is just like a really swole kitten. Like it's not a good look for anyone. I mean, if you're going for the Incredible Hulk thing, then yeah, sure. But ultimately that's not necessarily where you want to be. And if your diet consists of nothing but, blended Cheetos and Sprite, then that's where you're headed, right? I hate to tell you that, but that's what you'll look like. Right. All right. Next slide for me. Because, okay, listen, let's not pretend that this is a peaceful thing that we're doing here, right? That this is something that just comes really easy and just is natural. It's hard, right? It's hard not to put a family-sized bag of chips in a blender with a soft drink. Like, it's just everyone's been there, and we've all tried to avoid that, but it's difficult, right? At a certain point, everyone's felt just like some kind of like raven waving around kitchen utensils, trying to make stuff in the kitchen, but it doesn't have to be that hard. Next slide.
Right. Okay.
Something as simple as bread. Let's talk about how to even eat bread, right? If you happen to be a raven waving around a kitchen knife, step 1, bread. Step 2, hit the next one for me. Step 2, repeat. Like, look how easy that was. Step 1, bread. Step 2, do it again until you're full. That's it. Every day, right? Healthy meal. And this is going to end up saving you a lot of chicken nuggets in the wallet, right? Like, it's just, if you just eat nothing but bread and you repeat that every day, look what that's going to do for you, right? How many let's go to the next slide if there's.
There's about 14, 13.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because we all feel like we're swimming up the street in the snow. Like, it's difficult sometimes. Right? I've only got 6 chicken nuggets left in my wallet. What am I going to do? How am I going to feed my kids? Like, where is this going to come from? You just don't get more chicken nuggets for nothing. And it's a hard battle to try to keep that healthy mindset, right? Next slide. Because again, it's difficult, right? We all gravitate towards the junk foods. We all gravitate towards the Incredible Hulk kitten look, and it's tough. But we have to remember like what's important in our diets and stuff like that. Hit the next one for me. Because, and here I'll let you in on an industry secret, right? I recently saw this ice cream, and things are getting a bit, experimental now. Things are becoming a little more bold in what foods are willing to be. I saw this ice cream and it's green, and initially I thought it was pistachio, right, or mint, maybe something like that. And I thought, okay, mild amount of protein, but nothing super crazy. It's more of a guilty pleasure. Right? So I talked to the guy at the counter. I said, hey, what flavor is this ice cream? Is this mint or is this pistachio? And he looked at me. He's all confused. He's like, what are you talking about? He looked at me like I was dumb. And he says, hold on. And he is clear, like he wasn't quite understanding. So he reaches and he pulls this sign out and he labels it for me so I could see what flavor it was. And you know what flavor? It was WhatsApp flavored. WhatsApp. Like, what? Things are getting so crazy right now. We're just consuming everything. We're consuming apps at this point. And that's not healthy. Let's go to the next slide. Because here's the thing. Let's talk about drinking water for a minute, right? Hit the next button. So adults should drink 2 to 3 liters, roughly 8-ounce glasses of water per day, while children should drink roughly 1 to 2 liters, roughly 5 8-ounce glasses. This, in addition to other drinks like tea or coffee. However, it is not advised to drink 2 to 3 liters a day. Roughly 8-ounce glasses or 460. What is this? You just really want to get an appropriate amount of water for yourself, whether that's 2 to 3 liters, whether that's 32-ounce glasses or 6 of them in one day. But really what you want is coffee. Okay, next slide. I think and here's the caveat to that though, right? We talked about drinking water. Milk is also fine. If you don't have any water at hand, you can easily substitute it with milk, if that's something that you enjoy. And I think there's one more slide, is it?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, because it's hard out there, right? I know a lot of people will be listening. If you get the chance to look at the slideshow, this is how we all feel inside, right? That's what we have inside of us, just wishing that the WhatsApp ice cream was pistachio, or that we had a glass of milk instead of Doritos and soda mixed together, right? And that's really what's important, you know. And so that's the sentiment that I want to conclude this presentation and leave you with. So thank you all for listening, and thank you for coming.
Yes, I love that very much. Oh, my bad. We got one more.
Before apparently before before I end this presentation, I just wanted to conjure the image in your mind of like just a standard British highway, right? There's some cars there, some trees off to the side, and everywhere you look, just dead chickens, like dead plucked chickens all over the road. Like just think about that, you know.
I can see it.
Thank
Oh
you.
God. Thank you.
Well, I think I'm ready to live a healthy lifestyle, Jesus.
It's not easy. It's
It
difficult.
doesn't
Actually.
sound like it.
Take in.
I thought you
It
was
was the
gonna
chicken
say,
imagery.
I thought you were gonna walk up to the cashier and be like, "Hey, what's up?" That's what I
If
thought
he
it
had
was
put the
going.
sign in there to begin with, I probably would have been like, "Hey, what's happening?"
Like it.
I'm gonna link the links to these presentations in the description of the podcast, everybody, so you can follow along the slides. Um, that was a really good presentation. I think I learned a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Jordan, do you think you have what it takes?
I mean, I got to follow up that, but I think I'm good. I'm ready.
Okay. Let me exit this one. We do this. Okay. Let's get to these slides.
Alrighty, folks. Well, I'm here to tell you how to achieve ultimate happiness in your life. Go on to the next slide, please. First step, get yourself some dogs. I mean, you're going to get a dog. That dog's going to grow old, and then you just get a puppy for that dog. So it's just an endless cycle of happiness. I mean, there's going to be some sad times, not going to lie to you, but you'll have an endless cycle of happiness if you just buy yourself some dogs and invest in dogs. Next slide, please. But you're going to have to counteract that with a couple of cats, and not just any cats. You need one feisty one and one that kind of looks like it doesn't want to be here at the moment. But you're going to need something to calm you down from that high you're going to get from your dogs just being so excited to see you. You're going to need a couple of cats to kind of take you down a peg or two. All right, next slide. And then the next thing you're going to want to do is go up to your brother while he is sleeping and slam him against the wall. He's not going to appreciate it, but the feeling inside that you are going to feel will help you achieve your ultimate happiness in life. You'll be laughing about it in 10 years. So it's next slide. And don't forget, this is a very, very important step. On the 15th of every month, you have to take a moment and remember the late, great Johnny Cash. Don't ask me why. You have to put that energy out into the universe. He was the first one to achieve his ultimate happiness, and we learn through the spirit of Johnny Cash. Next slide, please. Now, there's going to come a point where one of your dogs is hanging out with the wrong crowd. You might have to go bail them out because they get caught up with some other shifty dogs that mug people in dark alleys, but they're key to your ultimate happiness. So it's just something you have to deal with. You'll get over it, but we can move on to the next slide.
Gladly.
And let me tell you, once you achieve your ultimate happiness, anything is possible. You shoot a bow, you're going to hit your target every time. You throw an axe, you're going to hit your target every single time. Doesn't even matter if it's blade first. You'll just puff that thing and it will stick into that log. I guarantee it. All you have to do is follow these steps that I am telling you in this presentation. Next slide. Now, jobs suck, right? I'm not going to lie to you. You don't want to get caught up in those. What you need is yourself a career. And what you're going to want to do is go to an auction and you can find some old bubblegum machines. And you're going to fill those up with bullets and you're going to take those to the gun range and you're going to make a killing. People love the shotguns. That is how you're going to sustain yourself and you'll be living the high life. I guarantee it. Next slide.
I actually have a question about this one.
Okay. All right.
So, doesn't it seem a little dangerous because kids might want to spend their quarters to get the bullets?
Yeah, but it's just bullets. It's fine. I mean, how to find a gun? That's someone else's problem.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
you
This
probably
is
wouldn't
about-
put
This is about
another
other
one with
people's
guns
happiness.
next to it.
Yeah, this is about your ultimate happiness. You don't worry about those people. You're just making money. This is your side hustle. Next slide.
No.
Oh. Oh. Oh, man. All right. Well,
I feel so inspired.
yeah, I'm receiving a message from the spirit of Johnny Cash, and I mean, we do as he says, and I must give my best impression of a duck giving birth. I don't know if it came through, but
I mean, I don't have a reference point, but
yeah, I couldn't tell you. It's my
Sounded
best.
more like a mallard.
I mean, why is it important? The spirit of Johnny Cash abides. He tells you what to do, and we listen. Next. Now, you look at this tree. It's supposed to grow up and live by the rules of the law. It's supposed to grow up through these posts. No, we're past that point. We go outside the barriers. We move and think outside the box. That is how you live now. And the spirit of Johnny Cash is not gonna hear otherwise. Next slide. So if you follow all of these steps, you are going to feel fantastic. You're going to feel like you are a tank in a tennis match. Nothing can stand in your way. Absolutely nothing. So just listen to this presentation and feel like a tank in a tennis court.
Gotcha.
All right. So sometimes the bullet business doesn't cut it. grow a bunch of watermelons, just a bunch of them. Put a little place in your yard. Cats will watch over the watermelons, keep all the owls and rats and rodents out. It's perfect. Grow a bunch of watermelons and sell those on the farmer's market.
Why specifically watermelons?
People love watermelons. It's their
Fair enough.
it's the best price per pound for fruit.
Yeah, all the kids from the math textbooks from 7th grade always had tons
Right,
of watermelons. So there's got to be something to it.
He had like 32
Makes sense.
watermelons. He gave 4 to Susie, and then the rest is history. Next slide, please.
Okay.
And that's all you have to do. Pretty easy. Mostly listen to the spirit of Johnny Cash. That's number one. He'll talk to you every 15th. So
I learned a lot.
yeah, just go out there and achieve your ultimate happiness.
So you have like this spiritual connection with Mr. Cash.
I sure do. Mr. Ring of Fire himself.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, there's nothing like, getting that close to achieving ultimate happiness, right?
Right.
And then, you come home from work and your dog's sitting on the couch with a ski mask and a switchblade, and you're like,
Right.
like it's just tale as old as time, right? Like,
I mean, there's going to be ups and downs. I mean, it's not going to be all happiness, but yeah.
No, yeah, I understand
I'm
completely
convinced.
what you're saying. Yeah, me too. I'd pay money to see what I just heard. Your slides were very informative. So
Yeah.
were yours, Jesus. I learned quite a bit.
Whoever
And
you-
for the people who are watching this on YouTube, you can actually, if you're watching this on YouTube already, you can probably tell, but the slides are right there, so you can see. I should have mentioned that earlier, but all right, that was pretty good. I enjoyed that quite a bit more than I thought I was going to.
That's pretty fun.
That was a good one. I liked that game.
Okay, so I'm gonna stop screen sharing for a second. Oops, that is where is it at? Stop share. Okay, so the next thing that I have for us planned is what I call the game Superscript, and it's where there is 2 people, which I'm going to assign the roles to you, that must choose 2 fictional characters, 1 for each of you. And I'm going to be the scene master, and I choose the scenes, and you guys have to give each other 2 lines of dialogue each, just like back and forth. And I'm going to switch the scenes every few parts of dialogue. And at the end of 5 scenes, there has to be a complete story.
Alrighty.
You guys understand?
Yeah.
All right. Hopefully I clarified that pretty well. Okay, so you 2 come up with a fictional character for the both of you, and I'm going to come up with a scene to start off with.
Should we pick one, like a character that already exists in something, or should we make
Yes, choose one that is
Okay.
very like popular, or one that is
And I choose
fictional.
one from like Roman mythology.
Yeah.
So tell me when you
Should
both
we-
have your characters.
And should we specify who those characters are before we start?
Yes. So Jesus, when you have yours, I'm gonna have you tell who you are first.
Okay, I think I got a good one. Should I go now?
Yeah, tell us who you are.
I'm gonna pick a character from a TV show that was very formative to my childhood, and this is the single D Ed from Ed, Ed and Eddie,
Okay.
one of my heroes.
All right.
Jordan, who are you?
Well, I am going to play Hercules. So I think this is going to go good.
We'll see. Okay. And the scene, you guys must be placed in is a random stranger's bedroom. Sito, you may start off the dialogue.
A
I
random-
mean,
So it can-
Zeus.
It could be about anything, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I say 2 lines or just 1?
You say, so I actually misspoke there. You say, you just keep going, and then I'm going to stop you and then replace the scene with a different one, and you continue on.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm speaking directly to Hercules?
Yep.
Okay.
So whenever you're ready.
I'll start here. I'm gonna look over at Hercules in this dark stranger's room, and I'm gonna say, "Hopefully they do not find us."
Oh, that was good.
I watched way too much of this TV show as a kid.
Yeah.
Okay, Jordan, what do you say?
Well, Ed, I feel completely safe in this stranger's room. The power of the gods is behind us.
That sounds dangerous. Is all of them or just the one of them?
All of them, Ed. All of them. We will get through this together. You will be my champion.
Then we could probably stop hiding under the bed. I don't even know why we hid in the first place.
Well, I follow your lead, Ed. If we must stop hiding, we must.
Scene change. You are both now skydiving. Jesus, go ahead.
Hopefully they do not find us here.
It was your idea to jump out the plane. And hopefully Zeus will come down and save us as an eagle.
There was a red arrow. I did not know.
I'm listening to you. You're the brains of this operation.
I think we're safe up here.
I flip around in the sky and look back, and you know what, Ed? I think this was a good idea. You're a smart man.
You probably should have jumped out when the plane was higher.
Scene change. The police station. Jordan?
Okay. Well, Ed, how are we going to get out of this one? We landed right in the police station.
Ed's hands are cuffed, and he motions over to a cake that's on the table in the evidence locker, and he says, "Do you see that cake over there?"
Yes, I see
And
the
he says,
cake, but this is no time for eating, Ed.
"I had Double D put a chainsaw in the cake."
See, now this is why you're the brains, Ed. I gonna try to use like my Hercules strength to just break out of the.
I will cause a distraction.
I don't know. Do I would roll a d20? That's what I'm used to.
Give it a roll a charisma check.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get down and then try to do a handstand with my hands cuffed while screaming loudly. just like, hey, look at me, and then like I'm knocking papers off of the tables and stuff.
And if I can, I will grab the chainsaw and cut Ed's chains. Let's get out of here, Ed.
Scene change. The bank. Jesus, go ahead.
Okay.
Sorry.
This is much better than the airplane fall.
Well, I had to deposit a check. I mean, it's a few thousand years old, but it's all the same, right?
I say, me too. And I pull out just like stacks of money from everywhere.
Ed, where'd you get all that money?
We sold all of the jawbreakers.
Jawbreakers. Is that some sort of fighting crew or something like that?
They were big and green, and we had kittens watch over them so we could sell them.
Right. All right. I mean, it worked.
It was better than the bullets.
What? Okay, final scene. A 8-year-old birthday kid's bounce house at his birthday party. Jordan, go ahead.
As I'm bouncing up and down, I'm just like, you know what, Ed? You know how to really unwind after a stressful day. This reminds me of jumping on the corpse of the Hydra.
This reminds me when I fell out of a plane.
Yes, I was there, and that was about 2 hours ago.
It was very convenient to land on that bed in the police station.
Yeah, they did not appreciate it though.
Oh, they were so mad.
Yeah, they didn't know your head was that strong to break through concrete. Must be because you're so smart, Ed.
I whack a rock on my head and say, oh!
Who was chasing us, Ed? I don't even remember who we were running from.
It does not matter if we have the gods.
It does not. You were right there, Ed.
I look over and said, that kid ate the last cookie. Can Zeus bolt him?
I asked Daddy Zeus to bolt.
I pick up a roughly 20-sided rock and roll it.
Be a D100 of divine intervention, right? Oh, D&D jokes.
Okay. That was something else.
That was definitely something else. The voice confused me for a week. It's great. I love it.
Oh man, I did. Yeah, I did not picture that. That was good. I like that a lot.
I was gonna try a Christopher Walken character, but I didn't think I could pull it off.
Oh. Oh, sorry, I got like allergies. Yeah, that was hilarious. Oh my goodness. Okay. I would play another game, but I think we're almost just out of time actually. Wow, time flies bad. Literally, time flies fast.
Yeah, that was fun. I like that.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I love that. I got to listen. Just sit back and
Learn
observe.
some things.
Yeah, learn things. Going on
Experience other
adventures.
people's perspectives. Yeah.
I think Ed might be part God. I think he's a demigod.
Yeah. You aren't sure who his father is.
Yeah.
So just as we're wrapping up here, Jordan, I know you've got your own podcast. Would you like to tell us a little bit about that and where we can find it?
Yeah. So I I have a podcast with my brother called Some Idiots Rambling. We just kind of talk about what's going on in our days and what's going on in the world and other things. Like episode 2, I talk a little bit about my D&D campaign. But we just recorded the 4th episode every Sundays and Wednesdays, and you can follow us at rambling_idiots on Twitter. And we put our episodes up there, but if you want to look for them, they're on Spotify, Podbean, Apple Podcasts, and some other ones, but I can't think of them right now.
Right. Jesus, is there anything you wanted to plug? Or
I mean, I just barely exist on the internet, so I'm just gonna plug Jordan's Some Idiot Rambling podcast again.
I appreciate it.
Okay, where can you find it?
The aforementioned places, including
Yep.
Spotify, because I just pulled it up here.
Okay, that sounds amazing. Thank you guys for coming on. I honestly,
Thanks for having me.
I don't think I've laughed this much in a long
Yeah,
time.
that was fun. Thank
This
you.
is a really good idea.
Do you have a Twitter or anything for Sammy Saga?
I have an Instagram for it, and
Okay.
it is at Sammy Saga, pretty much.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And I'm
Yeah,
assuming
that's-
it's just Sammy Saga on YouTube.
It's actually my old account, Counting Sheep 123. It's got the banner of Sammy Saga on it. I've just been posting my podcasts there, so you guys can find them there, as well as all my personal videos from before that time, because I didn't feel like making another channel just yet. But that's where they're at right now. That's what this one will go to. So, yeah.
Alrighty.
Thank you guys for coming on. I had a blast, and
Yeah, that was fun. Thank you.
Yeah.
yeah.
Thanks.
I will see you guys later.
All right, have a good one.
You too.
Hey,
Bye.
Bye.
Let me, okay, and then we're